Don,
Yes,
we can both agree that dating apps are ruining everyone's life.
100%. They're they're neutering men. The thing is with dating apps, it just completely obliterates your social skills. It obliterates your dopamine. Everything is gone because you are somehow getting the reward without doing the work. And you might think, oh no, I'm doing the work. I'm taking nice pictures. I have good text game. I'm going on the date. I'm setting it up. Yeah, you are. But I think most men can agree that if you don't have the nutsack to go up and talk to a girl who you don't even know has interest in you, you're clueless, a cold approach, then you're not really a man. Because I think most men can't do that. There are men who have slept with very hot women and they still can't go speak to that woman if it was outside a dating app. The same woman that they slept with, they went out with on a dating app, they can't approach her. And you know what that does to you as a man? It completely neuters you. Because deep down, your internal dialogue is going to be crippling. Because in real life, you're not actually confident. You're not really a man. You think James Bond would be afraid of going and speaking to a 5'5" woman, a beautiful girl? No. I'd argue that most men in today's day and age actually would rather go to war and get their hand chopped off before speaking to a girl. And this is the truth. Ask most men, and they will tell you that. Do you remember when we were at the mall the other day?
Yeah.
I was in the bathroom and I was coming out, and I saw these two guys. I don't know. They were maybe about 20, 21, and some beautiful girl passed by. And you know what they said? Oh, she's a baddie. And then they went on about their day.
That is pathetic.
It is pathetic, isn't it? And I thought to myself, they would love to approach that girl, but they just don't have the balls to do it. And the thing is, with each man, it's different. Each of us have slightly different fears. Maybe there's a guy who's just actually afraid of getting rejected by the girl because it's somehow going to lower his self-worth. And then there's other men who are afraid of what others are going to think. I mean, that's a lot of us. You think to yourself, oh, what if I go approach her and everyone sees? Who gives a Who cares? Okay, they see, and what's going to happen? Even if they laugh at you and make fun of you, what is going to happen? I just find it extremely odd how, in today's day and age, we're swiping left and right, and we still can't go speak to women. Most men collectively, 99% of men cannot go speak to women. How do you think things were back in the day, in the 1950s? You think it was weird to go speak to women? It's normal, social, human interaction. Normal. And people are afraid of normal things. I mean, it really makes you question life at a certain point.
I mean, simple question. I know the answer to it, but the audience doesn't.
Tell me.
What do we do when we're just out and about and we see an attractive woman that we want to talk to?
We go, simply say hi. If you've seen the vlogs, it's called the hello game. You go after what you want because you're a man and you don't care. Does a man really care about what some other people think of him? Does a man really care if he actually gets rejected? And listen, gentlemen, I'm not saying you're going to go approach every girl in the world 24/7 and always get her numbers. But if you're afraid of getting rejected, you have a serious issue. If that rejection lingers in your mind and you take it personally, you have a serious issue. And I'm not saying that you can't go collect data for yourself. Like, let's say you're just a geek, you're chubby, you're a nerd, and you don't speak well, and you get rejected 200 times in a row. Then, yes, there's a problem, and you should actually take that rejection, all of those rejections, and better yourself with the data. But if you're a nice, groomed gentleman, you're taking care of your body, your finances are in order, you feel confident in every area of your life for the most part, and a rejection hurts you, that means you have some serious internal work to do because you're letting the opinion of a little girl just shatter your self-worth, shatter it completely. Everything you've built in your life. I don't know, maybe you're a 25-year-old, 30, 20, even 45, even higher. And you let that completely shatter what you've built your whole entire life. Doesn't that say something about you and not the girl?
100%. And I would go as far as to say that it's a great litmus test. You should do it with your friends. Are you friends with cowards? Next time you're out, right? And your friend says, oh, that's such a baddie. You know what you should tell him? Yeah, go approach her.
Yeah, go talk to her.
You should know if you're friends with cowards.
100%.
It'll rub off on you as well. If you're the kind of guy that's hanging out with people like that, you're probably like him too. Maybe you won't do it either.
Energy is contagious. And I don't necessarily, have a problem if someone is afraid of going and speaking to a girl at first, as long as they recognize that problem and they fix that problem. You have to fix this problem because this isn't just about women and landing dates, which is, of course, nice. We need that as men. We need this as men. You can't say, oh, as a man, I don't want to go sleep with a ton of girls and have a good time. Every man wants that. Let's be real. Even the men that say they're happily married or they have a girlfriend, a lot of these guys, they watch. They don't go. They just can't speak to women. That's just the simple fact. Okay, I'm not saying anything we don't know. But other than that aspect of it, internally, it opens your world as a man when you could just go see a girl you like and just go speak to her, not be afraid. Your internal dialogue opens up. It gets better. You have this confidence that money cannot buy. Because there are men that are multi-millionaires, even billionaires, that don't have that confidence.
Absolutely.
They've never had women before money. And, that breaks you. I saw a singer, I forgot who he was, talking about this. He was talking about how he was a virgin before he blew up and got famous. And it really screwed with his mental because that internal confidence as a man it's something everyone needs. It's something the man really needs. You're not complete until you have that because you can have all the money in the world. You could have six-pack abs. You could be dressed nice. But if that fear exists in you, that fear that you haven't conquered yet, it's almost like Batman Begins, when he's just afraid of bats because he fell in that cave when he was a kid. I don't know, maybe you got rejected when you were younger. Something happened where you're just afraid of rejection. And that fear is crippling because you'll have your whole life figured out. You'll have the money, you'll have the six packs, the cars, but that still exists. That closes you off. You as a man will just have a very bad internal dialogue with yourself because I'm sure all of us have been through this. I'm sure you've seen a girl, you said, damn, she's gorgeous. I want to go talk to her. And you just don't do it and you let her get away. And you think about it at night. And it's haunting you. That is the internal dialogue I'm talking about. It's you against yourself, right? But I bet you if you went and made the move, and even if you got brutally rejected, you wouldn't have that. You would not have that internal dialogue. And real players know this. Real players know that just a numbers game, especially after you get your skill unlocked, you know how to talk, you don't stutter, your body language is good. It's a numbers game. I've been brutally rejected before by a girl that's maybe like a 7. And then I've also talked to a girl that's a 10 out of 10 smoke show and got the number and everything was good. Got an instant date. That's literally, it's random. It's a numbers game. You might meet a girl who has a boyfriend. And she actually has a boyfriend. Like, this is the world, guys. You just have to take your shots. And then you might meet one who might not have a boyfriend. You might meet a girl where you like her, but you are just not her type. This is life. But no man should have that internal dialogue battling with themselves over how they feel like a pussy and how they're not confident and how they wish they would have done something. You have to go do it. Don't do it just for the girls. Do it for yourself. Because I'm telling you, when you nail this skill, the world opens up to you. The world opens up. Everything feels different. Drinking a coffee feels different. Going out, having a nice cigar with your friends feels different. A walk at the park, working. You just feel extremely confident in your own skin. Extremely confident. And I believe every man needs to feel that. Stop letting these dating apps ruin you because the odds are against you with them. And I'm not saying they don't work. Listen, I've went out with models from dating apps. Models, absolute beautiful women. But still, it does not make you confident. When you go out with a model on a dating app, you're still going to have that feeling of being afraid. You will not go talk to that same girl if you see her outside, right? Because on a dating app, you can't face rejection straight to your face, real life. On a dating app, oh, you got rejected, whatever, swipe left, unmatch. You don't care. You don't care. And that is what's going to kill you out in the real world. You have to face it. Because when you face your fears, you realize, oh, I was scared of this. It's nothing. It's nothing. And one other thing with dating apps is it's just going to completely ruin your perception of the world because there's no human element to it. It's like a supermarket. You go, you shop, you see what you like, you order it. You don't have to really go do anything.
It's a meat market.
It's a meat market. It's a meat market for men and women. It's horrible. And I'm not saying you have to completely delete your dating apps, but it is ruining your life. Your dopamine receptors are fried. If you find yourself randomly throughout the day opening your dating app, seeing your matches, like you're not supposed to do that. When you're on your phone, check how much time you have on your phone, okay? You probably have 8 to 10 hours. Some people even have more. You need to go out and live life. If you're on your phone, it should be for business. You're making money. You're doing shit like that. Conduct business on your phone. Speak to your family and friends and the girls that you already talk to, okay? And if you have dating apps, cool. Once in a while, you can do it. But that's it. That is it. You need to get off these apps and you need to go out in the real world. You need to experience life to actually find the inner confidence within yourself.
Amen.